Good evening, everyone, and happy and blessed solstice to you. Yes, it is that time of the year, that time that gives us the longest period of daylight hours of the entire year. It is the beginning of summer, and while at least here in Washington, D.C., it is anything but summertime weather, we know that through those clouds, the sun still shines and that those rays are going to break through soon enough. So tonight's meditation and reflection is a little different than they usually are. I love at the seasons to uh, give us an opportunity to honor kind of the roots of these celebrations. And so for the solstice, we are going to take a look at all of the uh, elements and the directions that they all represent, and draw cards representing all those elements and directions, and from there create the message that we use to inform our meditation this evening. So just a little different. We're going to start, though, by returning to probably our oldest deck of cards, the Earth Magic deck that I love very much. And this deck of cards contains such a beautiful description of the solstices and equinoxes. And so I always like to start with them when we reach these celestial transition points and read a little bit more about each of those celebrations, get to know them a little better, and then really align those celebrations with whatever else is going on in our lives that will inform our meditation. So, without further ado, let's find out a little bit more about the summer solstice, shall we? So there is the card for the summer solstice from the Earth Magic set of cards, and I love this card deck. And so we're going to just read a little bit more about it. This is the time where light is at its height for the most part. It's the longest day of the year, or the longest period of daylight hours for the year. And so as you can see, the theme of this card, the theme of the solstice, is radiance. The word solstice comes from the Latin word solstitium, which means stationary or stopped sun. This is because twice during the solar year, the sun appears to rise and set in the same place for several days. It seems to be taking a much needed rest before making the next circuit across the sky from one solstice to the next. Its ceaseless, predictable certainty having existed before the time of our ancestors. There are stories in many cultures that personify the sun as a deity, either male or female, often riding the sun across the sky in a boat or chariot. With the summer solstice comes the culmination of sun's travels that have led to the longest days of the year. The light is now at its fullest and has provided its own brand of nourishment to the land and all of its inhabitants. Celebrations and ceremonies abound. We feel an innate desire to be outdoors in the natural world and reap the benefits of the longest days of the year. We instinctually seek the light, and during the cycle there is an abundance of it. Let the radiance of the sun inspire your inner radiance to shine forth. Release your concerns about what may happen in the future and focus on appreciating everything you have that is good and right. Allow Father Sun to take away your worries and cares. Do something physically active to stimulate your inner light. Dance, sing, but most importantly, get outdoors. Do not let any negative thoughts or habits stop you. When you are in love with life, you're naturally radiant. You naturally radiate that love. During this part of your cycle, your capacity to love is greatly amplified. In one of those supreme ironies of life, the more love you give, the more returns to you. It starts by allowing the radiant being you truly are to be expressed into the world. Smile a little more. Notice the beauty of nature. See the humor in the paradoxes of life. Show your love, especially to those whom you are closest. Then smile even more. Watch how the world around you lights up. So, at least according to this deck of cards, the key to this day, this event, is to let your radiance out. And what's the best way and quickest way to let it out is to smile. Allow it to come from the inside out. The sun's radiance comes from its core. And our radiance, our true radiance, our authentic radiance comes from our core. So when we're smiling from the inside, when we are allowing that love, when we are allowing that appreciation, we are allowing that gratitude of life to rise from within, we naturally broaden our face, release that beautiful smile into the universe, and hopefully our smiles can open flowers. Yes, it's all about the smile. It's all about that inner radiance on this day of the summer solstice. Now, of course, this is a celebration that has gone on for millennia. All of our ancient cultures have celebrated the point in our celestial life where we are the longest day of light, longest number of daylight hours. And then, of course, after that point, the days begin to get shorter until we move closer to that balance of time in the autumn equinox. But for now, we are in the time of the light. And don't we all remember summer as being the time of light, the time of seemingly endless sunlight, seemingly endless play, vacations, and school-free days. That is what summer is about. And that is what we begin today. And it's a perfect way to continue our joy-filled June. What can we find from this day of the light that continues to inspire us to be joy, to bring joy, and of course to smile that joy outward. So that's how we begin. Now, we're going to move forward in our meditation tonight, and we are going to, again, we've done this on the solstices and the equinoxes this way. We're going to do a short reading, and it's going to involve 4 cards. All of those cards are going to represent the directions and the elements that each card represents in the tarot deck, in this suite of tarot cards. So, in order for this reading to make even more sense to you, you might want to set a question for this reading. What do you want the cards? What do you want the energy of the cards that we are all sharing tonight to inform you about? So let's set that out right here as the light is upon us on this evening. Let us ask ourselves, our deep selves, our radiant selves, the question that we need an answer for or more information about. It doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be complicated, but just a way to inform how you individually perceive the cards that we are drawing together. So I'm going to just give us those few moments to do that now. Think of your question or the insight that you need to receive right now and write it down either on a slip of paper, in your gratitude journal, or in your meditation journal, or you can kind of imprint it on your body itself by imprinting it on the palm of your hand. And let's do that now. Now I've written mine. Now I'm also going to do what I do every week, which is write a special slip or billet or ticket. And we're going to call this one Everyone's Intentions. So this one, Everyone's Intentions, is one that is going to collect the energy of our meditation this evening. And when our meditation concludes, we are going to send this one out into the flames, whatever that reading is, whatever that reading informs us about. And that energy is going to allow it to allow the universe to work its magic and to bring that intention or the answers to that question back to us. However, we choose to receive it or hear it whenever we are open enough to receive it, hear it, and understand it. So set those aside and let's get set for a fun little reading, shall we? We're going to give you a little shot of the cards that we have the little altar set up. So there we have our altar for this evening. And so we are representing the elements and the directions that the elements represent, and the cards of the tarot suit, of the tarot deck, from each suit that represent each of those elements and directions. For instance, starting with the East. So we've got North, East, South, and West right here. Our North card is represented by the discs or the pentacles in the tarot deck. Our East direction is represented by the element of air, and the element of the North is earth. The element of the East is air. The air is represented by the sword. So we have the suit of swords there. The South is represented by the element of fire, and the wand represents the fire element. And so we will draw from the wands suits. And then finally, our West, West equals water, represented by the cups cards. And so these 4 cards today will represent a full message that answers the question that you have indicated is important for you to have answered, and is information that you are seeking. So we're going to do as we always do, which is shuffle those cards. We're going to draw the top card from each of those areas, from the elements and the directions and the suit of cards that they represent. And we're going to start with the North, representing the earth, And we grab those cards and shuffle them. And excuse me, I am not in any way sick or ill, but I've been burning incense, and it is kind of collected here in my small little office, so it's got my throat a little dry, so I apologize for any wheezing or coughing in advance. So we're starting with the north. This is represented by the discs or pentacles or coins, and this area is representative of our material existence, our earthly life. So our card for this evening, we're going to put them all together first. Drawing the top card as we always do, and that card tonight is the King of Discs, the King of Pentacles. And so you can see on this deck, this beautiful deck is represented by the discs, and this card are represented by sunflowers. What a beautiful, beautiful flower for the summertime. So this is our first card, our north, our earth, our material life, King of Discs. And the word that is represented by this card is determined. So in our material world, according to this card and this deck, which by the way is the Spirit Science deck or the Patch Tarot deck, the character created by the Spirit Science folks. So, King of Discs, in our material life, we are determined. We're going to get these 4 cards together, and they will help answer that question. We're going to move toward the east. So we're going north and east, representing the air, representing our thoughts, our reasoning and logic. I'll shuffle these cards. So determined we are in our material world. Our thoughts, our intellect, our cerebral world. And the card is 6 of Swords. So check out how this is represented. A beautiful 6-pointed star. And the word, if you can see it, is ascension. Ascension. So we'll have a little bit more about all these cards once we get them laid down. So our material world is about being determined. Our intellectual world is about our ascension, our rising in some way above another way that we have been thinking. So we're going to elevate our thoughts. We're going to move toward the south. So we go north and east and south. We're going to connect all those areas. So let's move toward the south. South is about fire. It's about passion. It is represented by the Wands suit of the Tarot deck. This is about what makes us, what inspires us, our creativity, our passions, what ignites us to move forward in our lives. And so our card for tonight, drawn for the top card, is the 10 of Wands. The word for this card in this deck is resolve. Resolve. So we've got Phoenix in this card, rising from the ashes from its cage. And so it's not only escaped the cage, it has actually become and burned away, only to rise from the ashes as its resolve. So it's almost becoming a new being as it resolves its issues in life. So we are determined in our material world. We are ascending in our thought world, so we're rising above former thoughts. which is, of course, allowing us to resolve this issue that we may have in our passions, perhaps to finally absorb or to understand our passions. That is the resolution, that resolving in our creativity life. And finally, we've gone from north and earth to east and air to south and fire to the west and water. Our emotional life, our cup to be filled, our belief in our own deservedness, our understanding of our emotions, especially when related to our passions, fire in our thoughts, of swords. This is our final card in this reading, and it is the Princess of Cups. Dreamy, says the Princess of Cups. So the Princess of Cups is basically the equivalent is the Page of Cups in the regular tarot deck. We're going to lay that one down. And the word is dreaming. So the Princess of Cups is a dreamer. Now I've laid these cards out in order, but that order is as important as it is to you. I mean, it means only what it means to you is what I should say. So let's see if we can get an aerial shot. There we go. So there are our cards. We've got the King of Discs and Determined, and the Six of Swords, the Ascension, the rising above our thoughts, the 10 of Wands, resolve. I've got resolve. I'm going to reconcile something in my life that has to do with my passion. And finally, the Princess of Cups, in my emotions, I am dreamy. So I've got a beautiful little guidebook. Let's read about each of these cards just briefly, and then let's assemble them into a message. Then let us also meditate on them. So let's start with that beautiful King of Discs, those gorgeous sunflowers, which I love. The King of Discs is an industrious laborer in the field. He is not occupied by thoughts or feelings, but is focused solely on his physical action and the spiritual will that drives him. He knows his mission and acts tirelessly, surrendering to the moment until his energy is spent. He represents the phenomenon of mountains, earthquakes, gravity, and the general properties of the earth. The King of Discs in a reading is indicative of the surrendered action which is required to accomplish any task. This might be action that is already in progress or action you must begin. Nevertheless, it is industry that it does not require much thought or feeling, only the long hours of repetitive motion required to bring life to manifestation. So this King of Discs is tilling his earth tirelessly. He is nourishing his creation. He is, without thought, tending to his flock, tending to his investment. I love to look at the disc cards in some way as the return on the investment that we have in an area of our life. And in this way, the determination of this card means that we have invested with our heart, and we are determined to see that investment through regardless of what is appearing around us. So again, your question, your insight And I'm going to suggest that you look at that question and how your investment of your material existence, either in money, it can be money, or it can be anything tangible, what you have given to a situation and your determination to see this investment through and to make it come to fruition. All right, determination. So we're moving on to the Six of Swords, Ascension. The Six of Swords shows Patch, or the character in the card. You can see him there closely, rising within his Merkaba toward a glowing realm of light. Beneath him, the old world is seen crumbling and breaking down. It was only temporary in its nature anyway. While this patch may be sad for the passing of his old world, there is a bright future ahead. The only requirement is to get there, is to live fully in the present moment and journey on. It is time to let go of the beliefs and broken ideals of the past. Time to rise and meet a new and brighter future and a more harmonious mental system and understanding. The shift is both scientific and spiritual in nature, for it is an understanding of reality based both on logic and deep intuitive knowing. Leave the old world behind as it no longer serves you. So, again, we are putting these all together as they happen. We are ascending beyond our thoughts, our limiting thoughts, to know that the combination of our intuition and our logic is able to get us where we need to go. That is the ascension. That is the ability to rise above any of our preconceived thoughts and emotions toward this goal or this question that we have asked. So we know we're determined. We know that we are rising above our thoughts. And as we rise above our thoughts, so I believe as the Phoenix is showing us rising into our passion with this resolve, which is the 10 of Wands. Fire in its most raw and physical sense is depicted by an uncontrolled destructive burning, which is experienced as an overbearing force or a relentless thirst that is entirely ruled by chaos. Yet, in this we find the seed of renewal. For just as a forest fire may seem horrific in the moment, it is necessary to bring rebirth to the forest by bringing richness to the soil and life back to the earth. The spirit of the Phoenix finds itself free from its confined cage by the passage of death itself. For the key of this card is to resolve. With great resolve, we can go the distance. We can transmute any difficult affair and overcome our challenges, finding resolution to all that we set out to achieve. The determination in your heart, how beautiful. And this is just my aside, the determination that is echoing back to our first card. The determination in your heart will bring resolve to the challenges you face. Here you have an opportunity to allow great transition to take place. The seeds of fertility will burst forth from the ashes of the fire, and the phoenix in your heart will rise again. However, in the moment, the labor to get there may be difficult, even painful. There is much to do, and how can you do it all by yourself? You may consider this a good thing or a bad thing, but ultimately your perspective will determine your experience. You have numbers of ways of making it through, and the fire burning within you not only supports you on your journey, but if you let your ego burn up along with it, it reveals a renewed and reborn you. Just remember to take account of all you have created thus far so that you do not lose your way as you enter into a new cycle. So, determination started. Our investment, we're determined to allow this investment to yield all of those magical flowers. But in order to do that, we must rise above our limiting thinking from the Six of Swords cards. We must ascend beyond those thoughts in order for this investment to become or to become manifest. And of course, we must resolve those thoughts with our determination. We must resolve our previous mistakes and our errors. We must let them all go in order for this passion to take hold of us, to allow it all to make it to happen for us. We are rising from our own ashes. We are moved by our fire, ignited. We are creating and being inspired and inspiring others. And so lastly, let's move on to the Princess of Cups, representing our emotions. She holds the key, and however you choose to see these cards, you don't have to look at them in my order. They are not sequential, but they come together, all of these cards, to make a full and expressed message for you uniquely this evening, which is just so beautiful. And for me, uniquely this evening. Princess of Cups. The Princess of Cups descends from water and crystallizes into snowflakes, demonstrating the materialization of consciousness in a fluid-like motion. She lives in a dreamy world of romance, encapsulated by the love of her mother, filled with intuition and fantasy within, and formed of water and ice without. The power of giving life to an idea and feeling. When you draw the Princess of Cups, the potential is there to feel the wonder of all your dreams within, and potentially even bringing those feelings into the world to share with everyone around you. She is the power of water itself, our most precious gift on earth, and that which gives life to thoughts and feelings. This may be in combination with another, or all within yourself. The princess embodies the perfection of kindness, sweetness, gentleness, and tenderness. Ah, how beautiful. This is our dream, says the princess. Yes, she is there for us. She can materialize consciousness in a fluid-like motion. And so in order for us to have that determination and that ascension and that passion, we must have our dreams first. We must identify what we dream, what we see for ourselves, what we align with our compassion and our kindness, and allow the rest to come from this. So 4 beautiful cards. Those words, they mean to you what they mean to you for your dream, for your determination, for your ascension beyond your thoughts, for your resolve to make this happen in your life. How gorgeous is that? So, not quite done yet, but let us take all of these beautiful concepts, the dream that we have, our investment of our resources, whatever they may be, in order to yield this investment that we seek, this dream that we have. We have the dream. We are determined. We make our investment of our material selves. We then have to ascend and check in with our limited thoughts, our previous and perhaps not usable thoughts anymore, and let them go. We've got to rise above them, because what is left is that beautiful, fiery passion, that beautiful resolution. We are resolving to make this happen in here in our hearts. We were determined in our material world. We've made that investment. We've had to overcome those limiting thoughts, and ultimately, what is resolution is that beautiful manifestation, that rising from the ashes of anything that existed before. So I'm going to pull that all back up for you, but we are going to step into our meditation for the evening. I'm going to pull up my little drum. And so be thinking now, as I get my space together to meditate, get comfortable. I'm going to pull those cards up for you to take a look at. And let's just briefly dip into that stillness to see what it means for us tonight in this space for the summer solstice, this time of light. We've got illumination on this beautiful dream of ours, this determination, this ascension of our thoughts, and this resolution, this resolving of our manifestation. So, let's breathe, inhale, and exhale. Inhale again, and exhale. And allow those eyes to flutter shut. Inhale, and exhale. And just allow that breathing, that inhaling and exhaling of that breath to take you deeper and deeper into your own being. Breathing in and out, more and more relaxed. More and more relaxed. And I'm just going to ask you to listen to the sound of my voice as I say the word that represents each card that we've drawn tonight. Hear those words coming from my mouth as your own words, and allow them to be applied to your own question, your own insight, as you go deeper and deeper into yourself. More and more relaxed as these words speak to you. Dreamy, determination, ascension, resolve, resolve, ascension, resolve, determination, ascension, dreamy, determination, ascension, resolve, and dreamy, dreamy, resolve, ascension, determination, and as you go deeper and deeper into you, deeper and deeper to that expansive place within yourself, a place beyond physicality, a place beyond pain and despair, that voice deep within, which is your authentic voice. Just allow the voice within yourself to speak the truth about your own determination, your own ascension, your deep resolve, and your desire and love of being dreamy in your own life. In the stillness of this summertime evening and on this summer solstice, we have been given this message of determination, of ascension, of resolve, and being dreamy. What is the message that you are getting from the message? In the stillness, I want you to just imagine that message hanging in the air in front of you. Just imagine yourself grabbing it from your bodiless body. Imagine it in your own mind as you reach for it and fold it tightly and clasp it in your Imagine having a place for you to discover it when you return to your body. This folded little slip of paper with the message just for you of determination and ascension and resolve and dream. And now that you've put it in a safe place in your own essence or heart or soul, you are so excited to return to your physical body, knowing that that message will return to you with exactly what you need to know when you need to know it to accomplish and reach that dream. And knowing this, you can comfortably decide to return to your body, remembering that breath that has kept you, tethered you, inhaling and exhaling, breathing and breathing, returning to that physical self. More and more into your body, feeling your fingertips, wiggling your toes, feeling that breath as it causes your chest to rise and fall, as you feel the healing properties of the oxygen exchange and release, bringing you ever so gently into a landing within your own body. And let us return completely to that body by taking a deep breath, inhaling and exhaling. Again, inhaling and exhaling. One more quick breath, inhaling and exhaling, bringing us back completely to ourselves. I do hope that your own divine voice offered you and offers you the information that you seek, the answer to the question that you seek. It's all there. It's all there on this beautiful solstice evening. And so in order to fully honor the light, let us light these energy-filled intentions on fire, shall we? I'm going to send my own up into the universe, knowing that the answer to my question is in my own determination, my own ascension, my own resolve, and my own sense of being dreaming. Here she goes, up to the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. And this, everyone's intentions right here. I want to thank you for sharing with me your energy, your essence, and of course that is whether you have joined us in the live stream or on the recording. I'm so grateful for all of your energy. And the way she goes, everyone's intentions are being deconstructed with the flame, only to gather again and come back to you specifically, exactly as you need to come back to you. And that is our summer evenings meditation. I know that it's going to get warmer. It's really cool here in Washington, D.C., and I know it's cool in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, so stay warm tonight because it's going to get warmer with the light we know. Let's see who's here. Kathleen and Sandra and Kristen, thank you once again. All my love to you for joining us here on the solstice and making the most of the solstice. If you can see right here, if you're watching on any of the other channels, YouTube or Facebook, like this video, subscribe to the Facebook page, subscribe to the Spiritual Minister Facebook page as well. Let's make this happen. And of course, share your experience. Let's make this a community. Let's make this a place where we share what we are going through and how we are going through it. There's Smiley. Thanks for the comment, Smiley. Juliet Cracklauer Tomer. Hello. Welcome back. Good to see you. I know you probably hear more than you actually comment, but thank you for joining us tonight. And Carmen, oh my gosh, Carmen, we are so overdue. Come on, let's make this happen, shall we? Lena, thank you. Yes, sunflowers. I love sunflowers. I'm so happy. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's beautiful. Thank you for joining. Let's see who's on the YouTubes. Again, like, subscribe, all that stuff I need you to do. Share your thoughts and community, and we're going to have more of this wonderful stuff in the summertime to come. There's Ria. Ria was here from the beginning. Thank you, Ria, for joining. Blessings, only blessings for the solstice. Let's make it a great summer, guys. This is the kickoff for it all. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you so much. Great night. Bye-bye.